Hi tarot friends, welcome to my channel. This is Balsamic Moon Tarot and I'm here with a pick a card reading for you. We are going to discuss advice for your relationship or your love life. So love and relationship advice, any message we can get today, just tapping into where you're currently at and what can your guides tell you about your love life? What can they advise on? Whether you're in a relationship or single, I'll try to make this as general as possible. So we have 3 cards already picked out. For pile 1, we have the Empress. For pile 2, we have the 3 of Swords. And for pile 3, we have the Knight of Cups. So I'll give you a close-up of these cards. Here we have the Empress for pile 1. For pile 2, the 3 of Swords. And for pile 3, we have here the Knight of Cups. Select the card that you're most drawn to, or you can select multiple cards and multiple readings if that's what feels right for you. But select the card and I'll see you at your reading. The timestamps are in the description box below. Feel free to skip ahead just to your reading. Okay, see you there. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. You selected the Empress card. Beautiful, cool card, really cool illustration card. So let's see what we get. I'm doing the shuffling now and I'm just going to be pretty breezy here. I want to give as much advice or insight or information as I can give for a general reading. If you were drawn to the Empress card here, this is going to be advice about your love life, your relationship, or if you're single, just, your relationship prospects or your dating life, whatever we can get, okay? We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Lovely. The 8 of Cups. And the Star card. Okay, so just tapping into the energy for you, pile 1, my dear pile 1. Okay, first of all, I am getting the sense this could be for somebody who is single. But if you're not single, if you're in a relationship, I think the relationship gives you a lot of space to be your own person. Like you feel very independent in the relationship in a good way, in a healthy way. What I'm seeing here for your advice or even just a potential outcome, I feel like you're letting go of some you're letting go of some ideas and standards that just don't serve you anymore. You're undergoing a change right now, and the change has to do with the balance of power, the balance of roles, the balance of responsibilities. The 6 of Pentacles, this is taking a measured approach to love and, having optimism, having trust in the situation and trust in the other person and trust in the goodwill of people, right? Like this is a sense of charity. This is a sense of openness and generosity. So I feel like you're feeling more optimistic about your prospects, whether you're single or in a relationship. You're feeling optimistic about it, and we actually see that in multiple cards. We do see it with the Empress. We also see it with the Wheel of Fortune and the Star, right? A lot of beautiful energy here. I feel like you are more compassionate and forgiving and understanding these days, not just with regards to your partner or people, other people, but also with yourself, just towards yourself. The Eight of Cups is what I'm interested in here because it doesn't feel negative to me, but I feel like there's something you let go of, and it was not without some sadness. So I want to know what this letting go of, this release is about. It's like a release. Wow, we have the Emperor here. And we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. So, yeah, if if this isn't your reading, it isn't your reading, but I feel like it's getting more narrowed down here in terms of who this reading is for. I think this is for somebody who did have someone, you know, in their love life, someone who's important to you, another partner, someone who seemed like the right match for you, and either you were in a relationship with this person or you guys were just beginning to get to know each other. Like there was a lot of passion here. But with the Eight of Cups, I am getting a sense that there is something you're letting go of. Either you're letting go of the desire to be with this person, or you're letting go of the relationship, the connection, or even letting go of the ideal, letting go of the the ideal, the what you projected onto that person, letting that go. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep taking the messages as I see them, as I hear them. What else can we know about pile one's situation, please? What do they need to know at this time? So again, to reiterate, this is for somebody who has had involvement with another person recently. Not necessarily that you were in a relationship or a committed relationship, but just somebody has been in your life that you were very attracted to, and you really saw them as a good match. So it's not, if you've been single for quite some time and there's been nobody that you've been interested in lately, this reading is most likely not for you. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the King of Swords. It's weird that I'm reading them this way, but that's okay. What is this about? We have the, okay. Yeah, okay. I am getting something pretty clear here. So the person you've been involved with, I think that you're questioning their integrity, you're questioning the veracity even of their words. I feel like you're worried that they may tell you things, they may say something, but it doesn't have feelings behind it. So, there's there could be a detachment. Maybe they've even been kind of cold towards you, and that's really stressed you out lately. But I feel like, you're trying to stay pragmatic. You're trying to stay the course here. You don't think that this is something just worth overreacting to. That's what it is. You're trying not to overreact, even though you're quite triggered. Like the situation has stressed you out recently, but you're trying not to overreact, and you're trying to remain dependable, remain reliable. So there's something that you had to let go of, and I think it's some kind of desire or wish for this relationship that you just don't see it panning out. Um, that doesn't sound great. So I'm sorry to say that. But, you know, it doesn't mean that this is a relationship that's never going to work out. I think that it's just undergoing kind of a difficult time, or you're in a difficult time, you know, and you'll definitely improve. Like this whole, whatever is getting you afraid, right? Like I don't see it as being such a game changer, because I do think that you're imagining some things that aren't there. Wow, we have the focus card. That's really, really lovely, really interesting. And I do see, because it's a snowy setting, I do feel like the advice from your guides is to cool your passions. You know, like take it down a notch, calm it down. If this person has seemed detached from you, it might be best for you to also pull back a bit and detach. And, you know, not to do it as a way to get revenge or anything, not to do it out of spite, but just to really do it and bring the focus back to yourself, bring the focus back to what you want, what your ideal is, you know, what your goal is. Honestly, what your goal is. Because with the Knight of Pentacles, you do have a relationship goal, and it's quite specific. Like, you know, maybe you're looking for someone to be a parent with you. Maybe you're looking for someone who has a certain income, or, you know, certain financial stability. Like, I feel like you do have a goal here, and you have specific standards. And so by no means should you compromise on what you want. But I think that the situation has gotten you a bit flustered. It's gotten you a bit stressed out when it really doesn't need to. So let's see. Wow, you are about to shine. Very cool. Well, press the wrong button. But yeah. Is this an armadillo? This looks like an armadillo. I love this card. Let's put it right here. Let's put it right here. So, you know, you might have gone through a period of loneliness recently, feeling unsupported, or just feeling like alone. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, you know, just feeling alone, maybe even stressing out about something in your life and not feeling supported through that difficult time. And the person you're thinking about, right, I think they disappointed you. I think they disappointed you because they were either emotionally unavailable, or the words they said, you know, like just rubbed you the wrong way. Or, you know, you're just worried that like they're not as invested as they used to be. You're worried that they're just love bombing you. I mean, we could go on, right? Like that's the problem, is that once you get on a track of anxiety, like you can come up with all sorts of things to be worried about. Now, I think this card is really cool because you are about to shine. We see a candle here, and so I think that you're going to find your center again. You're going to, yeah, you know, it's the focus. You're going to focus on what's important, and by doing that, you're going to realize that you are all you need in life. Like the relationship, this other person, if it works out, that is a bonus, but you'll be fine if it doesn't work out, right? Like you light the way for yourself. You don't need someone else to light your candle. You don't need someone else to keep the flame, you know, burning for you. Like you're finding, you're rediscovering that self-assuredness, that inner stability, that centeredness. And yeah, that's really lovely. Let's see what else we can get for you, pile one. I don't think there's so much more to add here, but oh yes, I want to pull from this deck. So let's see. Whoop, that definitely wants to come out. Wow, 9 of Cups. You see that? I was talking about this. This is exactly what I was describing. Let's put it right here. So the 9 of Cups, you know, this is someone who's very content. And being the number 9, it, you know, this is feeling like you have it all, like you have everything you need. And again, the relationship, if a relationship works out, it's just icing on the cake. But you're going to rebalance your emotional, you're going to rebalance yourself emotionally. You're going to get your emotional needs met, because you're going to remember that you can rely on yourself for that. You trust yourself to get your emotional needs met. And you know, if it isn't from this person, you'll figure it out. Like we can't rely on a single person to be the source of our happiness. And I think you're just remembering this, right? Like I think you already know this, but sometimes we can get shaken up and we need a reminder, and I think that's where you're at right now. Can we get another last message for pile one, please? Advice or potential outcome. Anything they should know at this time. Oh, look at this. Wow, we have the 8 of Wands and we have the Ace of Wands. So we were just talking, I was just talking about this candle, right? You're about to shine. Again, the shine, to me, it's more like the light emanates out from within. The shine isn't somebody else shining their attention on you. It's not someone else. It's not the external validation of someone giving you attention and giving you praise. This is shining from within. This is shining because you know, you feel aligned. So the 8 of Wands and the Ace of Wands, there's definitely, you're going to get back into this passionate excitement. And whether it's with a person or just on your own, it really doesn't matter, because what's important is that you have, you know, you, I don't know why I'm getting so flustered. I think, you know, things are just going to move fast in your life, and you're going to realize, like, I don't have time to just sit and wallow and worry. I don't have time to throw myself a pity party. Like, I've got things to do. I've got fun things to do. And like, that's where you're at. So pile one, this is your reading for today. I think it's some really lovely energy here. And, you know, even though I'm sorry that you've had a rough spot recently, I really see you recovering quickly. And I see you being, you know, so happy, so content, regardless of your relationship status. Okay, that's your reading, pile one. Thanks for being here. Take care. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading. You selected the 3 of Swords. This is a reading about love and relationships. So love and relationship advice. What can we get for advice today from your guides, from the universe? What are you meant to know at this time? Okay, so you selected the 3 of Swords. That is not the happiest card in the deck by any means. I'm sorry if you're experiencing heartbreak or loss or grief. But I promise you, it will get better. The 3 of Swords can talk about, you know, that painful feeling we get from rejection, but, or even the reopening of a wound, right? Like, so a soul wound, a childhood wound. But it's these moments of loss and rejection and pain and betrayal. These are the moments when we can really learn so much about ourselves and our resilience and what we truly want, you know, like when you realize how fleeting happiness can be, it gives you that much more determination to spend your time and spend your energy on situations and people who truly respect you, who truly want you around, truly cherish you. Okay, so I hope that you can find the silver lining in this situation. So we have the Queen of Cups. We have the Three of Swords again. Oh dear, dear pile 2. Really feeling for you. And we have the Two of Cups. Yeah, very sensitive time for you. And I understand. I've totally been there. You know, again, I keep seeing that whatever this breakup is about, or this separation, you know, this could even be a separation where it wasn't someone leaving the other person, it was just that the relationship wasn't meant to be, at least not at this time. There's just something here that's painful with a relationship that does have the love and the, you know, the deep love, the deep understanding, the deep admiration, but for some reason just can't be right now. So if that resonates with you, this is your reading, and I'm here to give you whatever advice I can give you, whatever advice I can channel from your guides. That's what I'm here for. So let's see what else we can get for you, pile 2. Yes, wow, we have the Hermit. So this is exactly what I was talking about, you know, going within, having this time for some deep contemplation and self-examination, and not the rumination, right? Not like beating yourself up, not this is talking about, with the Hermit, we're talking about solitude, and it's solitude that is very enriching, it's very fulfilling. It's solitude that expands our soul's ability to feel and know and understand, okay? So I think this is a beautiful time for you, even though you may not agree. I think there is definitely something, there's a real growth opportunity here, and a process that, like an initiation here into, you know, deeper truths about your life, that is going to be incredibly fruitful and rewarding, especially in the long term, especially, um, you know, for the rest of your life. You're whatever you're learning now, it's going to be like important to you for a very long time. Wow, we have the Death card. So I have to say, if this is, we have the Page of Swords here. I have to say, if you lost a loved one, so if the relationship came to an end because you lost a loved one, and someone has passed on, my condolences to you. And I'm, you know, I know it is difficult, and when we are grieving someone who is gone and we can never speak to them again, you know, in this lifetime, you just have to take it day by day. You know, there's no rule for how to grieve, and just be compassionate to yourself. I'm sure you've been hearing this from, you know, your friends, your loved ones who are supporting you, but it's important to be compassionate towards yourself, and to remember that, you know, that we can't control our feelings, we can't control what happens, but can't control what happens to, you know, what we can't control how we respond, you know, like we can only do our best, and we can carry on, but you know, the fragility and the vulnerability that you may be experiencing now, it's completely warranted. And so yeah, be kind to yourself. I hope you're being kind to yourself, pile 2. We have the Page of Swords here, and you know, that's an interesting card here. For some reason, I don't know if you're getting communication from the other side, but I think that there's something very powerful going on um, intellectually for you. It could be that you're studying a certain topic or you're reading certain books, but I feel like you're in a mode right now where you're receptive to a lot of you're like receptive to a lot of information. You want to learn a lot. Let me clarify this card. I'm curious what this is about. What is the Page of Swords trying to tell us here? I don't know if you're writing a lot. Maybe that's what it is. You know, writing because you're learning things, and there's like maybe a workbook or like these exercises, these writing exercises you're doing. That's a possibility. Nine of Pentacles. This card keeps coming up for me today. What's the Nine of Pentacles? It's definitely echoing the Hermit. And the Eight of Swords. Okay, so I feel like, yes, I feel like you really are like you really do want to understand yourself better. Like I think you are at a pivotal moment when you're willing to do inner work. Maybe, you know, therapy, like psychotherapy, maybe just like again with the journaling or with another form of expression, right? But organizing your thoughts, articulating your thoughts, even writing about memories, I think is what I'm hearing here. Like the Eight of Swords shows that you're going through this confusing time, and it's and you have a lot of doubts here, and you have a lot of self-doubts. So there's something that, like, writing, I keep talking about writing, but that's how I'm seeing this. There's something about writing that gives you a sense of control again, you know, that gives you hope again, like a way forward. Like it gives you the ability to quiet your mind, you know? And I think the writing in itself is therapeutic. So this could even be calligraphy. Like I don't, that's so specific, right? But there's calligraphy art, right? And I think there's something very calming for you about practicing your penmanship or practicing calligraphy or just the physical act of writing on paper, right? Okay. But you know, with the Nine of Pentacles, we see something here where you know you are appreciative of what you've accomplished, even though this, you know, this relationship setback and this loss, even though it's been painful, I think you are still identifying the ways, you know, your personal strengths and the things about you that can never be taken away, no matter how painful a separation is. Okay, pile two. We have the Five of Swords here. We have the King of Cups. Oh, interesting. And we have the Six of Wands. Yeah, so I think that, you know, for some of you, this separation has given you the chance to see the other person in a more realistic light. You're seeing that they were limited in their own way, and you can be compassionate about the situation, but you're seeing that, you know, they weren't able to provide what you need. And so there's a victory here in being able in not being defeated. You know, I like, for example, this could be somebody who really had a problem, like they had a toxic situation in their life, and it's almost like, you know, I see someone who just kept running towards it, someone who just kept running towards the toxicity and the self-destructiveness, the destruction. So it's like you, even though, you know, the separation is painful, you are feeling like this is really what's best, you know, it's really what's best. And you're regaining that sense of yourself that has always been there, but it got overshadowed by this person's self-destructiveness and their drama, frankly, you know, and even they could have even been manipulative, right? So I think you are, if you're not already, you're soon going to feel so much better about the whole thing and ready to move on, and um you know, ready to cut your losses, and also to celebrate your gains in this. You know, it wasn't all a waste. There were definitely many important things about the experience that benefited you, that you learned from, and that you always take with you. So, you know, there's definitely no, it's not all tragedies, what I'm trying to say. Interesting. Look at this card. So you got the Oracle card, Tame and Attain. Wow, I love that this card just showed up because we have the horse showing up twice now. Okay, very cool. You see? So, Tame and Attain. You have made a choice out of maturity. You're continuing to make these choices, actually. You're continuing to make choices out of emotional maturity. And so I feel like, yeah, you're taming something about you that was drawn to that destructive force, or that toxic, you know, situation. You're taming it, and as a result, you're able to move on to you know, to the situations that will truly benefit you and help you develop, help you grow, help you expand your life. Yeah, help you move on. Okay. Yeah. And you know, that Nine of Pentacles, again, it's like this is someone who has attained. This is someone who's attained on their own, um because of their own talents, you know, because of their own efforts. Someone who's made a beautiful life for themselves because they put in the effort, and they put in their own, they applied their own creativity, their own talent, their own genius, you know, they have it all. They have it all, right? So you're on your way to that. Like, it's just around the corner, pile two. Okay. I know this is not an easy time for you, but I hope you can see that there's still a lot left to life. You know, there's still a lot left for you out there. There's still a lot of happiness out there for you to experience, and love, and you know, love and joy and fulfillment. It's all out there for you. You know, it hasn't been lost. Oh, pile two. Look at that protection. Protection. Yes. We see a powerful oak tree that can withstand the shock of the lightning storm around it. Okay? It is not broken. It's so deeply rooted in its own, in the faith in the creator, in the faith in the universe, faith in one's own strength, right? One's own resilience. It's so strongly rooted that it's not being broken by these shocks to the system, and by these painful, destructive, you know, sudden upheavals, right? Sudden upheavals. So protection, you are protected. You know, your guides want you to know that you're protected. I want to pull some more cards from this deck, actually. I feel like there are a few things that want to come out for you here. We have two cards here. Yeah, I'll take those two. I'll take these two cards. Flow. Hello. And love. I mean, come on. That's so lovely, so beautiful, and it's really balanced. You know, we see these three very different scenarios. The protection of this big, gorgeous tree. This tree, you know, can you imagine how old a tree like that would be in real life, right? A tree like that would be centuries old. And then you have flow, And we see this beautiful full moon in the night sky over this river. This is a scene of serenity. It's also about emotional depth. It's also about how, feeling those feelings that you have, even the most painful feelings, letting those feelings flow through you. That gives you the power, that gives you the ability to be protected here, because you're not being broken by that rush of feelings. You're letting it flow through you. You're not trying to dam it up. You're not trying to block it off. You're letting it flow through you, and as a result, it boosts you. It moves you through the next steps in your life. It keeps you moving forward. And then finally, we have this love card. So, what is there a better card to pull, right? In this context, we have the love card, and we have, might be difficult for you to see, but we have these stairs ascending the side of a mountain. So you also have this vantage point. You have a higher perspective here. You can appreciate, you can stop and smell the roses, as they say. You can appreciate the present moment and all the beautiful things in your life right now, but you can also appreciate how far you've come. You can also appreciate that you're in a good place, that you're moving up, you're moving on. And when you look at your life in its totality, it's a beautiful life. That's what I see here with this love card. It's about being in love with the fullness of life, appreciating that, again, there are fleeting moments of joy and happiness. And so when they happen, we are grateful, right? And we savor it. And when they end, we let those feelings flow, and we grieve, we grieve the loss, but we know that we're not dead yet. We know that life goes on. We know that we go on. So pile 2, it's a beautiful message for you. I really wish the best for you. And again, take it easy, go easy on yourself. You have all the time in the world, okay? I guess I just heard that. You have all the time in the world. Appreciate every moment. Every moment of your life is precious. Okay, pile 2, take care now. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, pile 3, welcome to your reading. You selected the Knight of Cups. We see 2 horses here, as well as the goblet, the cup, or, also could be the Holy Grail, right? The Knight of Cups is the most romantic knight and follows his ideals. This is a reading about love and relationship. What is the advice we can get from your guides? What is it that you should know right now? So I already have 2 oracle cards here. Let's go ahead and turn these over, and then I'll pull some more cards from the tarot. Wow, we have the Trust card. I love this. This is a beautiful illustration here. We see the crescent moon, and then a very serene setting with this boat here, just floating along, the stars peeping out. It's a bit of a foggy scenario, very dreamy, very mystical, very romantic. Trust, wow. Wow, we also have Voyage. Yeah, the Knight of Cups, you're getting 2 cards with water and 2 cards with the moon. In this card, we see whales, but they're flying. They're flying above the water. It's a voyage, right? So it's a long distance voyage, and I think it speaks to, you trusting in where this road is taking you. I feel like you, as you know, I don't get a strong sense that you're in a relationship. I think this could still relate to you if you're in a relationship, but I'm getting a strong sense that most of you will be somebody who is single right now, who's not quite attached to anybody, but you're very much open to it. And I think that, you know, you're interested in really letting this happen, like letting connections unfold magically. Like you want to connect with someone where it's destined. You don't want to feel like it's contrived in any way. You don't want to feel like you know, your insecurities just make the relationship what it is. You're willing to be receptive and open to wherever and however your lover will show up. So I think there's a really beautiful yeah, this openness, this receptivity. There's a beautiful energy that you're putting out. Like you're drawing in potential partners who just find you magnetic and alluring. If you are in a relationship, you know, I think the relationship is in a phase right now where it's deepening, and it's really, you're really seeing the beauty of getting to know someone, but getting to know someone deeply, getting to know someone over time, where you know you see them in different situations, different scenarios, the highs and the lows, right? Like that's really something you're grateful for right now. um you know, going into the deeper waters of this connection. So pile 3, a very strong start to your reading here. Let's see what else we can get. I'm gonna go move on to these tarot cards. We have the 8 of Pentacles here. Okay, it feels right to put that there. Wow, we have the Empress. I'm gonna put it right here. Oh, I also want this card. Whoa, we have the 3 of Swords. This is crazy. Like, the first 2 readings, the first reading was the Empress, the second reading was the 3 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords came up twice in pile 2. You may be drawn to the other readings. I would say go for it if you wanna watch the other videos. If you find them interesting, yeah, go for it. See the 8 of Wands. Yeah, a lot of messages coming through, a lot of alignment. And then what's interesting is that is right there with the 8 of Pentacles. So refinement, that's what I'm seeing here. Refinement. You know, you're refining your approach to love. That's exactly what that is. You're refining your approach to love, and you are very confident in your abilities to, you're very confident in your ability to just like know what you want. Like that's what it is. You know, it's like if you feel a connection with someone, I feel like you wouldn't dither. Like you would know right away if it's gonna work or not for you. And with that 3 of Swords, I feel like, you know, you've been through painful, you have a painful past, but you know, you're not, I'm sorry, I feel like I don't have my words, don't I can't get my words together quick enough, but like, you know, this 3 of Swords doesn't feel as heavy as it normally would. And it makes sense why, because we have the 8 of Wands, we have the Empress, we have all these cards that show you like just, and you know, just appreciating life, going through life, not taking it for granted. That's what it is. Like you're not taking anything for granted, even though you've had your own heartache, heartbreak, even though you long for someone, maybe, right? Like you can have someone from your past that you're you haven't forgotten, and maybe they're the one that got away, but you know, you're not letting that stop you from trying again. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. So the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles, yeah. So I also see you as being somebody who is invested in your career, and or if not your career, like just building this life. You know, you have a vision for the life you want to lead, and you're willing to work very hard for it. And I do think it involves a certain amount of money. I think you need to make a certain amount. You're invested in a certain lifestyle. Like you need to make a certain income, or you need to be in a certain industry, and this is just what you've chosen for yourself. You know, you have a certain standard here, and you're willing to put in the work to meet that standard. So yeah, I'm seeing for you that you know yourself very well. You're very confident in, you know, again, like what you want, what you have to offer, what you're willing to put into a relationship. And so you're receptive to other people because you know that there are multiple gates there. You know, there's going to be gatekeeping. You know that there are multiple gates they're going to have to pass through to get to your heart, you know. And it's not like you're trying to get them to jump through hoops. It's just a practical approach to love, right? Like, you're gonna be very open to meeting new people and entertaining different options, but you're not going to get carried away with the potential of that person. You're going to, you know, really evaluate them where they are now in their life. And you know, if you're in a relationship, that attitude is just something you bring to your relationship. You know, the attitude of, like, I'm willing to work hard in this relationship for a life that we would share together, a lifestyle that we both want, a standard of living that we both want. I'm willing to put in that work for both of us, you know. And so in return, I expect I expect respect. I expect you know, certain things. Like, I feel like you just have a clearer idea than most people about what it is you want in a relationship, and that's very empowering. Yes. See? Self-worth, self-love, self-value, self-respect. Yeah. Pile 3. I mean, do you even need advice? Honestly, do you need advice? I think you've got this figured out. You really, you know, I'm really seeing here the picture of somebody who has a good head on their shoulders. Is someone who, it's interesting because with that Knight of Cups and like all the watery stuff at the beginning, like you're very deep, you're very emotional, you're very sensitive, but you also have your feet on the ground, you know? You're both a dreamer and a doer. That's what I just heard. And I think your guides just want you to know that you're awesome and you're doing great and there's nothing you should worry about. Embracing. Yeah. That's awesome. Truth. Oh, wow. Interesting. Together, embracing truth. You know, very different energies in the card, but yet together it works. And that's what I get about you. That's a sense I get about you, that, you know, you're a multifaceted person. You've got a very sensitive side, but you've also got a side to yourself that is, you know, the doer, right? There's the dreamer in you, and then there's the doer. And the doer expects other people to match them in effort and energy. You know, you don't intend to be the only person carrying a relationship. You, as the doer, you know, the truth, right? This is someone who isn't going to see a relationship in rose-tinted glasses. But you're also, with embracing, you know, you're not harsh about the situation. Like, you're not a critical person. You're not someone who's going to make them feel bad just because, like, you don't want to date them anymore, you're not interested in dating them, you know. But with embracing here, right, it's like you have an interesting way of being very confident and strong in yourself, but also being very receptive to another person and being receptive in a relationship. So, you know, you're great. I feel like you're ready for a serious relationship, or you're ready for a relationship with like a life partner, and it's just a matter of, you know, entertaining, like getting around enough that you can be receptive to who that person might be. um Now, if you're in a relationship, right? I keep talking as if you're single and single and ready to mingle, but if you're in a relationship and you know, there is a lot in this reading that you do resonate with. um there is still a lot here that has to that can be relevant, because, you know, again, embracing truth, right? It's like you're an asset to the relationship, in that you're willing to see the other person for who they are, and you're willing to accept them for who they are. Like, if you're in a relationship and if you really want that person in your life, like, you're going to embrace who they are, you know, flaws and all. Like, you're not going to try to change them. You're not going to make them feel inadequate by trying to change them. And I think that's really great. Oh, I reached out for this deck again, even though I didn't mean to. Nourishment while waiting. Yeah, okay, so that's interesting. So if you're single, you know, nourishment while waiting, right? It's like you're still doing the things that keep you happy, and you have a lot of you just have a lot of pleasures in life. Like, you just have a lot of things in life that do keep you happy, even though you're open to another person. Like, you're not miserable, right? You're not miserable waiting for them to come around. If you're in a relationship, it still applies, because nourishment while waiting, it's like you could be ready for the relationship to take the next step, but your partner may not be there yet. So you're giving your partner space to figure that out, and you're okay waiting, because you're still very happy with the relationship as it is. Like, just because you have more to give and you're ready to commit, or to commit on a deeper level, it doesn't mean that it has to be rushed, right? Like, you can appreciate where the relationship is at this moment. So yeah, no, that's really cool. Okay, this is the last deck. Let's get advice for you, pile 3. What is the advice for pile 3, or any last message for pile 3 with regards to their love life? Okay. This one and this one. And anything else? And this one. Okay, we've got a message here. Huh. The Hanged Man. I just talked about waiting. The Nine of Pentacles, yes. See, someone is very independent. The Magician and the Sun. Look at that. That's amazing. Let me do this. Sorry, I know the cards are all, lots of cards here. This is very cool. Pile 3. Lovely, lovely message to get as your final final piece of advice. So with the Hanged Man, I do see something that is not moving forward. But that's okay. It's okay, because you are using this time, you know? Like, if you're in a relationship, it's not moving forward. If you're single, it's not moving, like, your dating life's not moving forward. You're using this time to really, really, really enjoy just being who you are, being yourself. All the joys in life that you already know about. You have, it's like you don't have any limit to the things in your life that really make you happy. So that's what you're going to busy yourself with. You're not going to sit on the sidelines here waiting for life to happen just because your relationship status or your relationship has not changed, you know, or has not, you know, it's like you understand that that's really not a big deal. It doesn't matter, you know, this is like the attitude of someone who's like, marriage is a certificate. Like, I would rather be with somebody who really makes me happy. I'd rather be with that person without the marriage certificate than be with somebody who I am, you know, really not a good match with, who uh thinks that, you know, the marriage is the end all be all of a relationship. Like, you've really got a strong sense of self, a strong identity, a strong personal identity here. And you also have a strong sense of, you know, what's fulfilling to you. So I think, you know, I think if you're feeling, if your confidence has been shaken a bit, just get back to the activities and, you know, the ambitions and the dreams that really make you excited and really let you express yourself freely, and, you know, just let you shine freely, let you be those situations where you can just be yourself. That's what's key here. And again, doesn't matter if you're single or in a relationship or in a situationship, doesn't matter what that context is. You are being advised to, you know, be independent here and just, yeah, just enjoy life. Enjoy everything you are, you know, just let it out there. Like, don't, you know, here's the sun card, right? It's like, don't dim your light. Don't dim your light. Don't make yourself small to fit a situation. If that situation is too small for you, then, you know, let that growth naturally happen. You're going to grow past it. You're going to grow beyond it. Just let it happen. That's just, you know, the natural outcome, and that's okay. You know, there's so much bliss out there, personal joy and bliss out there. Wow, pile 3, that's your reading. A lot going on here, but I think overall, you know, a lot of positive, um, just a lot to be grateful for, a lot to be excited about, right? Also see a lot of adventures for you, so, you know, I wouldn't sweat it. If I wouldn't set your heart on something specific here, is what I would say. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I wouldn't get too caught up in one like specific outcome. I would just focus on, what is it that brings me joy? How can I keep doing that? You know, it's like adapting. It's like, just, if something is stuck or stagnant, like, don't let that slow you down. Like, there's still all these other things that you can tend to. There's still all these other great things in your life that can bring you joy. So put your focus there. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, pile 3, that's your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Best of luck with everything, and take care.